Hello and welcome to our channel. Thank you for taking time to listen to the Dhamma. We welcome any suggestions you have how to improve this channel, and we welcome any suggestions you have for topics you would like covered. Today's topic is forgiveness. The quote is, "Forgive others not because they deserve forgiveness, but because you deserve peace." Forgiveness is not a topic we find covered in the Pali Canon, at least not using that vocabulary. It's a word which is more commonly associated with the Christian tradition. When Jesus was dying on the cross, his dying words were, "Please forgive those who trespass against us, who have harmed us, injured us, betrayed us, because they haven't fully understood what they were doing." And in his case, they were murdering him. Anyway, the Buddha's teachings does inform us that without forgiveness, there will be no significant spiritual progress. This tells us just how important it is for us to examine the contents of our own mind and find those places, typically in memory, where we are clinging to, holding on to, attached to some experience which was painful at the time, and every time we remember it, we relive that emotional suffering. It brings to mind why would we do that? Why would we intentionally inflict the pain of a past experience on ourselves again and again through memory? The simple definition of forgiveness is to give up blaming. Now, that means not that the other person didn't betray us in some way. It means that blaming them is a complete misunderstanding of the laws of karma. It's impossible for us to have any experience of any kind whatsoever without our having in the past created the seeds that have blossomed, have borne fruition in the present moment. If the present moment is peaceful and calm and enjoyable, well, that is the fruition of a karmic seed planted in the past. If it's painful, troubling, heartbreaking, that too is the fruition of a seed we planted in the past. This is what we must remember. We are the authors of our own life. Our parents don't write our story. Our siblings, our teachers, the police, the government, employers, friends, neighbors, they are not writing our story and then forcing us to live it, whether we like it or not. The teaching is that we are the author of our own karma, and we are the recipient of that karma. If we're having or have had karmic experiences that were painful, and we must make sure that we're not planting seeds in the present moment that will result in similar pain. Every experience that's brought to us through the five senses in the world, that is, any contact we make through eyes, ears, nose, tongue, smelling, and touch, is a karmic moment. If someone is behaving badly and hurting or harming us physically or emotionally, that is the result of something we were thinking, saying, or doing in the past. That moment in the past becomes a self-addressed envelope or a self-addressed package that we will receive when time is appropriate. So when somebody delivers to us something painful, we don't chase the UPS man or the postal service person down the road shouting and threatening to harm them for giving us a package that we didn't want. We have been blaming, if we are blaming or have been blaming in the past, we have to recognize that was the best we could do at the moment. We did not have the wisdom. We did not have the wisdom of the pure Dhamma at that time to understand that this experience which we are hating or regretting was the cause of something that we set into motion, and that the perpetrator is just the delivery person. We must begin to appreciate that because we couldn't do better at the time, we are also innocent. We are innocent of the mistake of blaming others and holding them accountable for our suffering. The other person, as I've said, was just the delivery person. They'll have their own karma associated with being that delivery person. Our karma is being created every moment, and if our moments are spent in hating the other person, the perpetrator, wishing them ill will, hoping for them to suffer, well, those are the karmic seeds that we will be reaping in the future. In some traditions, people are taught to pray for divine intervention, that there are some forces outside of the mind that can come down from wherever they dwell and intervene in our life and give us happiness. This is not the teaching of the Buddha. Buddha's dying words were, "Work out your own salvation." Even the Buddha can't give us forgiveness, can't give us happiness or peace of mind. That's, quote, an inside job. Buddha reminds us that someone who drinks poison and thinks they're going to harm someone else that they're mad at is delusional. Being angry and blaming is the poison that he's referring to. When we get angry and blame and hold a grudge and want revenge, retribution, we are poisoning our own mind, making it impossible for us to experience the peace that we claim we're interested in. People have the misunderstanding that if they forgive someone else, that person somehow will get a blessing. And they don't want that person to get a blessing. They want that person to be punished. The only person being punished when we blame and don't forgive and forget is us. Whether the other person is blessed by our forgiving them or not is not the point. It is not what is of most value. Until we understand that blaming and all of the hatred and angers and frustrations that come with it is a poison that we're feeding ourselves. So forgiveness is this act of giving up blaming ourselves and blaming others so that we might experience that peace of mind that is promised to us by Lord Buddha. Thank you very much. May you be blessed. May you be blessed.